All right,
Yep.
welcome in, everybody. We have the legendary BDA Law with us here
Whoa.
today, and we are here to
Legendary.
answer 10, or should I say 11, questions that are curated by the community and
Okay.
by Google. These questions are wacky, they're serious, and more importantly, we're here to get BDA's input on some of these questions. The first one, no break, we're all gas here. In One Piece, this is one of the most searched questions on Google.
Okay.
What do you think the D stands for?
Dominatrix. The D for the D and the Willa D stuff.
Yeah, the Willa D. Monkey D. Luffy, Porpoise D. Ace. The middle name of D. What do you think it stands for?
I think Dawn is like where
Dawn?
number one. That's the first thing that comes to mind. So I'm gonna stick with Dawn. Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
Dawn.
And that
Yeah.
kind of goes back to like the first couple of chapters of One Piece, right? Romance Dawn.
Romance Dawn. Yeah.
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 No,
So-
that's a good one.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm leaning.
It even brings some ties to Wano, like bringing the Dawn over too, bringing
Exactly.
the D.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
no, and I got to change my answer now. I was kind of
What'd
a
you
part
have?
of I like devils a lot, devil or demon, because what was it? Rossi and Nante said that the people with the will of D or the D in their name, they're the natural enemy of God.
Yeah.
So I kind of took that literally. Obviously a little bit of headcanon going on here. So I was like, okay, it could stand for devil. That could be a nice tie-in. And they
Yeah,
even call them
it's
like the
tough.
demons of O'Hara for trying to learn the Void Century.
I guess it's tough because, with the D and just how many hints we've had towards different things, we can infer what it is. It's just
Yeah.
that I don't know. Maybe some of the people leaned into this devil thing that was placed on them by the celestial dragon. So I think it can mean different things for different people. Where it's like, okay, you say I'm a devil, then I'll be that devil that you think I am. So
Yeah.
But I think it could be a thing where it means different things for different people. So that's not that crazy.
It could even just be a name that's misspelled too. Like it could be like a Gold Roger scenario
Yeah.
where it's his actually Gold D Roger. So it could be Demon or Dawn, but they just mispronounce it enough and they're like, "Oh, here we go. I guess
But I
I
think
guess that's who I
Oda-
am."
Oda already told us because it's like with Luffy's mom being named the Dawn, it's just I think it's clear, right?
Makes
I
a lot
think
of
it's-
sense.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is one of those mysteries of One Piece that we probably won't get solved till like we're near the end, right?
I think once we find out the name of the ancient kingdom, stuff like that, I would say towards the end.
We're getting close. We're getting really
Yeah,
close.
I think we're at that place now. We're close where we're I think it could be necessary. We're close.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the next 10 chapters of One Piece. It'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So here's a second question, which I'm surprised so many people were asking this one. In One Piece, another Google-related question: will Enel return to the story?
Yes.
Yes, even
Yes.
though he's on like the moon and has like his own crazy adventure going on.
Yeah, I think NL is too popular not to bring back.
Yeah,
Something as well was Oda. That was a thought for a movie, like NL movie, or having him implemented in a movie in some way, but that was scrapped. I'm assuming because he plans to bring NL back. And there's no way you have the Straw Hats visit the moon like I expect them to and don't incorporate NL in some way, right? So I think NL definitely comes back into the story. And think about it. For the most part, like all the characters who've had separate cover stories, they've come back into the story, right? The
Yeah.
Crocodile had a separate thing. Pound had a separate thing. I think with him having a separate cover story, or Rob Lucci had a separate
Oh
cover
yeah,
story.
Rob Lucci and Kaku, because they were running
Yeah.
from the government.
They're
Yeah,
running from the government after they lost. So I think the cover stories are telling us, shoot, even recently with Aokiji and Pudding, right? Which is like
it's a big plot point just to put in a
you know.
cover story.
Yeah, like so I think inevitably everybody that's shown in a cover story, shoot, even Caribou, like they come back. That's just what it is.
The Straw Hat Grand Fleet, they all have their side stories
They
too.
have their own side
Supernovas.
stories, supernovas. It's so Enel having his own cover story. That's basically Oda telling us, yeah, just wait and see. He's gonna come back at some point.
I agree. So
Mm-hmm.
next question, do you know who the sponsor of this video is? And the answer is Surfshark VPN. The biggest question I get all the time is how am I personally protecting my data? And that's by using Surfshark VPN's mobile app or browser extension. Using Surfshark, you can place yourself in any part of the world as well to help get yourself past region blocks. A lot of animes on Netflix or even Hulu are country exclusive, so I personally use Surfshark to bypass that pesky blockade. Going back to security and privacy though, Surfshark also encrypts your data while you're browsing online, helping you keep all of your passwords and anime searches private. Surfshark is graciously giving us an amazing holiday deal in the tune of 85% off as well as 3 months free. To get this deal, make sure to go to surfshark.deals/SYV and enter code SYV to get this amazing offer. The link will be in the description as well as a pinned comment. If you are wondering how CP0 was able to infiltrate Egghead Island so easily, it is simply because Dr. Vegapunk was not using Surfshark VPN to help hide his location. So, with that being said, what are you waiting for? Make sure to visit Surfshark and enter code SYV for 85% off and the first 3 months free. It's an amazing holiday deal, and thank you so much, Surfshark, for sponsoring this video. So, going back to Enel, though, I agree with you. I feel like he's such an enigma in this story. Like, we never really got answers to his characters, even back in Skypiea. Like, the world of dreams. What Sky Island did he come from? Why did he call it Mantra?
Why did he rip his rings off? Why did he destroy his entire country? You know,
what's
just,
with his drums? Like, he's so he's a walking mystery.
Yeah, so Oda back then, pre-time skip, it was for most of the villains there was no flashback, right? I mean, we got some from Kurahado and some Arlong stuff, but then we saw like in the New World we got even a lot more Arlong stuff, right? Like the whole, like the true backstory of Arlong. And I think the New World is meant to flesh out these characters a bit more. So I think we're going to get Crocodile's backstories. Unfortunately, we didn't get more from Kaido, but Big Mom. So I think Enel's will be fleshed out even more. I even think we get some more Rob Lucci stuff, believe it or not, just to add, just to round out the character even more. So yeah, I think Enel not getting a backstory, somewhat intentional, right? But inevitably is going to happen. Yeah,
I agree. I even recently rewatched Skypiea, and I forgot how much of a menace he was at the time.
Oh, like he's a problem.
Yeah, if Luffy didn't have the Gumu Gumu no Mi or the Sun God Nika fruit, like that would be the end of One Piece. Like the entire crew got one shot by Enel. Luffy stood no chance if he didn't have the fruit.
That's crazy. That's a coincidental thing with Luffy. Where just like think about just how in most of the arcs, how just Luffy gets lucky, right? Which like even when he gets stuck underwater in Arlong Park, or like with Crocodile when he gets defeated and Nico Robin just happens to come by and save him, and you know, like Enel having that fruit, and just in Sabaody where like Kuma stumbles upon him and Rayleigh meets him, or like Kizaru's wiping them all out. It's just
Luffy should buy a lottery ticket, bro. Like he would win.
Imagine getting to Impel Down and getting overrun by Magellan, but having Ivankov there, then having Jinbei there to help you.
Boa Hancock.
It's
Blackbeard.
Like,
that's crazy.
It's a lot.
That is some main character plot armor if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's like Jon Snow in the Battle of the Bastards, you know.
I love that reference.
Like everybody's fighting around you, but nothing's happening. That's just how it goes.
Funny enough, you mentioned backstories going back further, and this kind of ties in with the next question.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, this is another asked Google question, but in One Piece, what antagonist would have ruled the East Blue? And I'm assuming they mean like Buggy, Captain Kuro, Don Krieg, Arlong, Alvida. Who would reign on top?
Okay, so I think the two that I have the most faith in is probably Arlong and Krieg.
Yeah.
Because Krieg was moving around a little bit, and Arlong, he's a fishman, so he has that ego, but he was so content where he was.
Here, let's spice it up. Let's say it's them plus their crew. So like Buggy would have like Kabaji and Moji. Krieg would have Gin and Pearl. and then Arlong would have his three Yonko commanders, as well as like 20 fishmen or something.
Yeah.
But Krieg, on the other hand, would also have 50 ships.
He has a huge fleet. Yeah.
50 ships, bro. 5,000 people.
It's tough. I think it's between Krieg and Arlong.
Yeah.
It just comes down to like, do you think Krieg can beat Arlong, or do you think Jing can beat, I guess, Hachi or Fu?
I feel like he could.
I feel like he could too.
I feel like Gin, if he was pushed to it, I feel like he could take all three of them.
By himself?
Like, yeah, Gin, Kurobi, and Fu, yeah, or Chu, yeah, for sure. By himself, maybe not all at the same time, but I feel like a 2-on-1 he'd probably win. He was just kind of a menace back in the Baratier, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough. All right, so I'm gonna go. Fuck. It's just, can Krieg beat Arlong?
See, I don't. If it's a true 1-on-1, I don't think Krieg would win. But if Krieg had all of his fleet, if he had like everybody with him versus Arlong, I feel like he would win. Which I know, like, it's, 5,000 people versus one. It's kind of unfair. But Arlong was strong. Like, he wasn't a pushover whatsoever.
Let's go Krieg. I'm gonna say Krieg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Krieg would take it, but it would be a heavy fight.
Yeah.
Definitely not easy.
I'm leaning towards Krieg. That's Krieg. It's gonna be hard. A hard fight, but Krieg. I like their chances with the overwhelming numbers, and then they have two pretty good fighters, and then what's his name is not too bad, I guess.
Pearl.
What was the
or
other?
Gin?
Pearl.
Yeah.
Pearl.
He was like the cracker pre-time skip.
Yeah,
he was kind of a glass cannon.
Yeah, he's not too bad. So yeah, I'll give Krieg the edge, especially with Krieg and just how creative he is with the different gas and all that different shit. He's like Jack, the first Jack.
He is, yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Krieg.
The MH5 bomb.
Yeah, I get Krieg, bro.
Crazy.
I got Krieg.
And then he has that exploding spear. Yeah, the exploding spear versus Arlong Sawtooth, bro.
Come on, man. Come on, it's Krieg.
It'd be like a Conqueror's Clash, like the clouds would split and everything.
The fight for East Blue, man.
Yeah. And people are saying, well, Krieg got ran through by Mihawk, but let's be real here. Who wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Mihawk would have destroyed Arlong. Like, I wouldn't count Mihawk in on this. That's not a defeat for Krieg.
Nope. At that point, come on. Zora got ran through.
Yeah. So. Like, everybody takes an L when compared to Mihawk right now.
He's a Yonko without a crew.
So this is the next question, and who's using Google and looking up One Piece questions? Because the next one is, in One Piece, who does Luffy marry? Like, end of series Luffy, who does he marry? And here's the thing, though. Oda mentioned that One Piece isn't romance, and Luffy isn't interested in any love interest.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of up in the air, right? Like, will he get a wife by the end of the series? Will he be a Goku type character? Like, do you have any like candidates that you're gunning for?
I mean, I think a lot of fans would like Boa, right?
Yeah.
But Boa's a difficult one considering it just feels too perfect to happen, right? And Luffy not being interested in that. I don't think Nami makes sense. I think they're just really good friends. Somebody I'll throw out there.
Okay.
Right? Like a dark horse.
All right.
Margaret.
Really?
Yeah, Margaret from Amazon Lily.
Dude, she would be like crucified on the stick. Like, no way. Like,
not feeling
Boa
Margaret?
I mean, I could see it, right? They had a connection. She like pulled his jewels a little bit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though, like, she lives on Amazon Lily. Boa Hancock versus Margaret? No.
Yeah,
like, she'd get exiled, she'd get crucified.
It would
like
suck,
the Kuja
man.
pirates would be after her. That would be game. That would be like Romeo and Juliet if that happened.
Oh man, Luchi choose like a regular chick from Amazon Lily. Oh man. I think it's tough because remember Shaki, she's from Amazon Lily as well. She's a former empress.
Yeah.
And it says the former empress, one of the empresses died from the disease, I believe, right? Didn't one of them die or something?
Yeah, one of them died from I think it was like overdosing on love or something.
The love disease that like they got struck by.
Yeah.
So I think at some point, Boy Hancock has to end up with someone, but it won't be Luffy. And so if
that would be
what's her name?
horrible though. Like, imagine being the guy that's married to Boa Hancock, and every night she's like, Luffy, thank you. Oh, hey, Luffy. Like, she'll just confuse your name like a bad ex or something.
It's like Sasuke and Sakura, no?
Yeah.
A little bit.
It would be bad.
I mean, I think Boa is the one that like makes the most sense, because I don't know if Boa would let anybody live that's not her.
And I feel, you know, this could be too on the nose, but I feel like the title also kind of gives it some merit, like the Pirate Empress.
Yeah. I mean, like, come on, it would be the greatest. Like, I think it'd be even greater than Rayleigh and Shaki, you know. But it's just, they would have some freaking amazing kids, but it's
overpowered.
Like, Luffy, just Oda is showing him to have no interest in that type of stuff, which I don't know if I agree with, especially with us as the audience growing up with Luffy. It's just like, you know,
we're all getting older. We all know that, you know, women exist. Yeah,
and so, you know, Oda just makes Luffy just like completely aloof, and he doesn't really. It's like he doesn't see titties, he doesn't see ass. All he sees is meat, right?
He like, that's what I said. Like, he's kind of like Goku, right? Like, Goku doesn't know what's going on. Like, I remember back in Dragon Ball, I think it was Z or S, but Vegeta was like, "Oh, you've never kissed your wife?" And he's like, "No, what's that?"
Oh yeah. That was weird.
And it's like, weird. Wait, but he has kids though. Like, well, what do you mean he doesn't know this?
Yeah,
that's kind of like Luffy to me right now.
Yeah, that was a weird one. That was a very weird one. I was like, what the? Wait,
what are you talking about?
Like, what? Okay, so
Vegeta
just,
was confused, bro.
Just doggy style. Okay, I got it.
Goku has 2 kids, and he's like, what? Like, what do you mean you don't know what a kiss is? It's like like an alien to him. He's like, is he strong? Can he go Super Saiyan God? So
like, Goku's just weird though.
Yeah. Here's the next question. Another Google curated question. In One Piece, pretty, you know, it's up in the air, but who has the highest bounty? Right now, we know that Roger does, but by the end of the series, who do you think would have it?
The highest bounty, Sabo.
By the end of the series?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, it's like Luffy's the obvious choice here. We're just trying to veer off a little bit, and I think Dragon does die, and so I think Sabo inherits his will, and I think Sabo's going to be obviously a lot more radical than Dragon was, so he might get that acclaim. But I think Luffy's the favorite to do that. But outside of Luffy, let's say Sabo.
Sabo, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if he's still a revolutionary by the end and he's like overthrowing countries. I mean, he's kind of a menace, right?
Yeah.
Like Luffy he sails around looking for bad guys. Sabo sails around looking for countries.
Yeah,
it's just a difference.
It's a difference.
I'd probably go with Buggy, because he's such a meme.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I feel like he's such a gag that by the end of the series, he's gonna have the highest bounty, but he doesn't have the strength to back it up whatsoever. He's just clout. He's living clout.
I'm not mad at that one. I like that one a lot.
Here's the next one too. So in One Piece, if Doflamingo breaks out of Impel Down, who would he work under, or for, or would he still be his own independent person?
Cross Guild makes the most sense.
Okay. Doflamingo and Cross Guild?
Yeah.
I can see that.
I think the issue here is that I think he'd go into it like, hey, I just want to partner with you guys. Then he would try. Remember when Avila Pizarro was like to Blackbeard, hey, you should just make me the captain. You know, I think Crocodile would just like consistently try to position himself as like, you know, I'm the guy. You know what I mean? I should just be the guy here. But the difference is Mihawk's there, you know, and so even Crocodile showed reverence to Mihawk, where it's like, you know, let's do it together. You know,
yeah, he called them up, bro.
Yeah, like it's about us, man, as a team. Let's
I need your help.
Yeah, you know,
we need to do something about this.
I think Doffy would try Crocodile, right? But I don't think he'd try Mihawk.
Yeah,
to be honest. Yeah.
And then he probably wouldn't want to try Buggy either. Let's be real.
Buggy is a different animal, right? So that's something that Doflamingo wants to stay away from because your strings aren't going to work here, buddy. Okay.
He's gonna chop him up, right?
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
Wait, I'm already chopped, so.
Or
sorry.
I think the gag wouldn't fit Doflamingo, but it would be pretty funny if Doflamingo did end up working for Cross Guild, and he was like, "Wait, Buggy got Mihawk and Crocodile to bend the knee? Like I can't mess with them. Like I can't mess with Mr. Buggy."
I wonder how Doffy would take that information. Would he see through the BS? You know,
He's so smart. There's no way he doesn't, right?
Yeah, because he would know, like, what? You didn't want to partner with me? Like, something's fishy here. We got to go check it out, you know? I think that'll be the first stop he makes. Like, just go see what's going on there. Crocodiles, Cross Guild. Because, bro, like, you have somebody that's putting bounties on the Marines. I think he'd probably recommend for them to put bounties on Celestial Dragons, too. Like, fuck it, let's go for it.
We got to change the highest bounty answer. Just put it on St. Charlos.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Oh yeah, that's who we want. Just take him hostage.
Yeah, 6 billion. Just give me his head, man.
Absolutely.
So next up, in One Piece, this is a very generic one. Who is the strongest character? Let's, for sake of argument, let's say right now, current story.
Shanks.
Strongest out of everybody.
Yeah. You see from Red?
I did.
Did anything move you in it?
I mean, I was moved to tears by the end of it, but besides that, Shanks, bro, his hockey, like we were all kind of memeing on Green Bull, right? We're like, okay, Green Bull, maybe he's the weakest admiral. Dude, Kizaru was sweating. Green Bull didn't want none of it. Shanks is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because Oda is still restricting Admiral versus Yonko in the movie.
Yeah.
But Shanks, he brought the fight to Kizaru. Kizaru did his signature. Oh,
this is Conqueror's hockey.
Right. Then he came back again. And was like, well, she killed a lot of people, so we got to take her in. And Shanks like, this is a family matter. And then
he just like gave him the dead eye.
It's just like it turned into like, well, we don't care about the civilians. And it was like, maybe we should worry about the civilians. I didn't like that at all, but hey man, what you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I have a heavy like Marine agenda, but the thing is that like there's no Marine that would like probably be the strongest character right now too.
No, the only way that can happen is if literally you would need an admiral to defeat a top tier. You know what I mean? Like like an admiral to straight up 1v1 defeat a Yonko, and then that would open people's eyes a little bit. And like right now, it's just nothing.
The only way, like you said, like an admiral would have to defeat a Yonko 1v1, and the only character that I think that could do it is maybe Akainu.
Okay.
Which is a hard one, but I don't even think he's the strongest.
No, I mean I think Oda is saving him for a reason, but it's just, is Oda going to have him beat? It's just like too late in the game now. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't think they're ever going to get that credit necessarily. So it's just unfortunate. Yeah,
he's getting the Naruto treatment right now. Every time like something happens, he's just like, I'm stuck in my office. Yeah,
it's like
he's Hokage essentially.
He's just burning something. Like if you look in his office, it's just a bunch of holes everywhere. And it's just like they constantly have to fix the drywall, and they got like a contract with like this great contracting team, and they're just racking it up because just everything just keeps burning.
People think he's smoker because he's always smoking cigars. Like the whole room is just cloudy.
Just cloudy. You walk in there, it's just super hot and foggy, and you have to wear your like gas mask to go see him and stuff. It's just like, it's just a bad place in there. So
Marine HQ's a actual volcano now.
Like they treat it kind of like a prisoner, like where he's just like, man, I can't leave, just stuck here, paperwork. It's like Naruto when he is stuck doing paperwork, like all this paperwork as the Hokage. It's just like, what the hell,
dude? Like that. Obviously, like politics, they have to hold back the character, whatever. But it's such a waste of a strong character, though, right?
Stupid. It's just stupid.
It's like, come on, dude. Like, if I would just hire a secretary to sign my papers for me, and I just got and mop up the pirates.
Come on, you need a secretary or a unit clerk or somebody
he's not thinking.
There. You know, an assistant or something. Just come on, that's what you need.
So back to the strongest character thing. I think my answer would probably go to Blackbeard. Okay. I know it's a hard one because Blackbeard is being built up to be like one of those endgame opponents.
Yeah.
But from what we've seen of Blackbeard, does he right now seem stronger than Shanks? No.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he has something up his sleeves that does make him stronger. And we don't know it, and I don't think he even knows it yet. Because Blackbeard is a character that kind of put the fear of God in Shanks, right? Like, he gave him the scar. He, at least intimidated Shanks enough to say, hey, like, tell Ace to not go after him. Like, don't mess with Blackbeard. Like, this guy's a menace. Like, Shanks has never done that. Yeah. I feel like coming from Shanks, that kind of like hypes up Blackbeard enough. And that was like before the good or no me. Like, that was a long time ago. That was like episode 1 essentially.
Yeah. That's definitely something that I think with Blackbeard, I think it's a story progression thing where it's like, okay, what makes the most sense here, Is it Blackbeard being stronger than Shanks because of, what we think is going to happen in the story where Blackbeard defeats Shanks? Or, it's inevitable, but I think just right now, just going off of it, I think Blackbeard does become the strongest, but
it's like 1068. Right, Shanks is probably going to take it. Okay. Yeah. So, next question, another fan favorite question. In One Piece, what would be the outcome of a well-fed, well-rested, one-on-one deathmatch between a bloodlusted dead-nakama Laboon versus Luffy?
Wait, so Laboon lost somebody and Luffy lost somebody, and they're both fighting for their dead-nakama's honor?
Yes, okay, so well-fed and well-rested. So, Luffy had all the meat, Laboon's already ate and everything. They both slept. They're at full capacity, and it's a one-on-one deathmatch. So let's say they're both fighting in their preferred element. Let's say it's a giant, massive land surrounded by water. So they both have standard ground. Bloodlusted, so they're both after each other. And dead-nakama, let's say that Laboon did see Luffy kill the Rumbar pirates. He saw him kill Brook, Captain whatever his name was. And Luffy, boom, Laboon killed all the Straw Hats, sunk the ship. They all sank to the bottom, and they're dead. So it is a dead-nakama bloodlusted fight. Who would win?
I'm leaning towards Laboon here. I don't know. What do you think?
So here's the thing. I go back to the Laboon episodes every now and then to feel something. Yeah. And Laboon is huge, right? Like he's
to feel something.
he's a big whale.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah. So when I look at it, like, I think it was like episode 50 Luffy, when he went in to attack Laboon and he punched him in the eye, Laboon didn't even flinch, right?
Yeah, like I said, I think Laboon is like, I think he's gotten stronger. You think he's trained?
Yeah, so he stopped ramming his head into the wall ever since he got the Straw Hat marking. But since it is a dead-nakama Laboon, let's say he did end up ramming the head into the wall and he has like arm and hockey to some extent. Like that would be kind of nuts,
think about
right?
it. The fighting dugongs have arm and hockey. So if they can have it, why can't Laboon?
Yeah. And
that's my thinking.
You know what? Let's say he has so in this hypothetical, let's say Laboon even has future sight, right? Because Crocus told Laboon that, hey, your Nakama they're not coming back. Like, they're not going to jump over that red line. But Laboon knew, right? Like, he never gave up hope. And you could say it's hopium. But I'm saying it's advanced future sight. And he knew that Brook was still alive. And that he would come over.
Present something to you, bro.
What's
I gotta
up?
Present something to you.
What's up?
You remember how Luffy lost to civilians in the film?
Yeah.
Remember what they did?
What they do?
They threw like 3 buckets of water, and Luffy was like,
You're right.
So all Laboon has to do is use his future sight, time up like one of the spouts that he has, and then I think it could be GG's.
Yeah.
If a bucket of water is doing that to Luffy, like if he spouts it at the right time, it's GG's, man.
I think you're going kind of overkill. You're essentially saying Laboon's going gear 5th here. I think Laboon just has to spit in Luffy's direction, right? Like he's a big whale. Like he was like at least 300 times bigger than the going Merry.
It could be a Zunisha and Jack situation. Then it's like,
yeah,
that's what it could be. So
all right.
Luffy, he needs to watch out, man.
Yeah, Laboon 2-0. You guys heard it here first.
For sure.
Well-fed, well-rested 1-1 deathmatch between a bloodlusted, dead-nakama Laboon versus Luffy. Laboon would win hands down.
Yes.
Yes. Unlike the last one, believe it or not, this one is actually a question that is asked regularly on Google as well. Why did Robin turn white?
Well, okay, so I have a couple answers. Well, one I'll say is, well, they understand that with Zoro on the crew, there's a ratio that he would allow, and he has like 1.5 with Usopp and Brook, right? Because he has the afro, no skin.
He's so pure white.
Right, so this kind of balances out. Robin, Oda knows it would cause a schism in the locker room, so he's like, you know what, we gotta do something. So they released a little press briefing saying, hey, Robin was that dark because she was in Alabasta the entire time, right? So just a natural tan, and then with her being a Tequila Wolf and with the revolutionaries, she got back to her natural complexion. So we just got to believe the blurbs and that Robin
was always white.
She was always just white. But it's
that would explain the cowboy hat too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just who she is. Yep. Maybe it's just like a creative choice.
Yeah.
Then after they were like, this isn't.
Yeah,
this isn't. Yeah.
She was losing the popularity polls early on. We had to bump her up a little bit.
Yeah, it was like let's get the white vote.
Let's the white folk on this one. I like to imagine Oda like whips out an eraser and he's like, yo, they're gonna love this.
Yeah. It's like, what about this?
Yeah, what about this one?
Editors all like, Nani?
Oda sensei. Shiro.
That's bold.
That's crazy.
But he might be right.
So next question, only 2 left. Second to last one. I feel like this falls right into our alleys here. In One Piece, who is the sexiest character?
Viola.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Who you got?
See, Viola's not a bad answer. So I got 2, but number 1's always gonna go to Perona.
No way in hell.
But what do you mean, bro? Post time skip Perona? Hey, don't underestimate the goth girls.
I'm not mad at it, but it's just like over Viola.
Yeah, well, Viola's like she has something there, right? She has something there. Okay, here's this. Who's your second pick?
Probably Nami.
Nami? Okay. Not a bad answer.
Yeah. I was thinking about Nojiko, but Nami.
No, you gotta go with Nami. That's the OG.
Thought about Sadie or Domino, but
see, the thing with which one was it? Was it Sadie? No. Domino's the one with the no. Sadie's the one with the crazy gear, right?
Yeah,
the whip. Yeah. No.
And Domino's the one in the blonde.
Domino's solid. See, I think Domino's great, but I feel like in current One Piece, we got a character who's kind of like Domino, but a step further. And that character to me is Black Maria.
Okay, I can see that.
I mean, obviously, like if she wasn't like a 5,000 foot tall like hulking spider giant, but I don't know. Maybe the legs do something for it, right?
Yeah. Look at what I just sent you, though.
See, Domino's great. Like I respect authority. Maybe it's Domino where I got my respect for authority from. But yeah, Domino's not bad. Believe it. I didn't list her name here, but she'd definitely be in the top 5.
Yeah,
easily.
Domino's up there. She's up there.
All right, last question for this session here, and this could be there could be some hot takes flying around in this one. The One Piece live action. Do you think it'll be good?
Yes.
Yes?
I think it'll be good. Do I think it'll be amazing? No, but I think it'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think okay, here's the thing. It'll be good enough for us to get a season 2.
Really?
Yep. Because I think what I'm hoping for, I have a dream that they don't release it all at once and they do weekly to let us focus on it, right? Because I think a lot of times what Netflix and the releases, because it's released all at once, the moment comes and it goes. But I think when you think of things like Invincible, right? And how, or The Boys, where they released it weekly. I think for The Boys, they released like 2 episodes at once. Like when the season premieres, like 2 episodes.
It was 2 or 3, I think.
2 or 3, right? I think you do that, but then release it all weekly so that it's a weekly discussion.
It's trending weekly for like a whole month or 2. It's trending weekly
for a whole month or 2, so you're giving people time. And if it's good, it's going to do great numbers. If you just release it all at once, I think it could be viewed or received in a different way. But I think you want it to have its moment, like every week for One Piece live action. I don't think you should release it all at once. Give people time to digest it and even dissect it. But I think it's going to be good. I think it's good enough to get a season 2. I believe in the people that's been working on the project, even having conversations with some of them. It's like,
you got the inside scoop.
You're
feeling confident.
I feel really great about it. Yeah, really great about it.
All right. So for me, as somebody who doesn't have like that inside scoop, for me, somebody who hasn't watched it yet, let me just say it right here. I don't know. I'm really skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't seen a good anime adaptation in forever. At all. I don't think there's been a singularly good one. So I inherently have no faith in the One Piece live action. That's kind of a hot take. I realize a lot of people want it to be good. I want it to be good. I am rooting for its success. But it's like a kid that flunks every grade, right? If he flunks every grade, if he comes home with another F, I'm going to be like, yep, I saw this coming. But I'm hoping he gets an A one day. I hope he does his homework, he studies, and he goes to class. But if he doesn't, it's like, all right, what did I expect? He's a dropout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think at some point, I hope my kid breaks out of this dumb shell that he's in, and just makes me reconsider transferring him. And so I'm always going to have faith because, that's my kid, right?
Yeah.
But at some point, you got to prove to me that, this is where you belong. And it doesn't have a great track record, especially after Cowboy Bebop. But man, I think this one will be fine, bro. I think it'll be good.
Oda, he also dropped, I think from his own pocket, he dropped like 90 mil on it too.
Yeah, I think it's the budget is insane.
Yeah, it has a huge budget, and that's just Oda. Like, that's not Netflix, that's not the sponsors or any other third party. That's just Oda dropping 90 mil. That's a lot of money, and you could tell with the set pieces that you see from the trailer that they are trying to make it look as beautiful as possible.
Yeah.
So I got to give them the W when it comes to set pieces and the design. But like I said, I just got to see like the CGI, because imagining Inaki Godoy in my dreams stretching his rubbery hands all over Netflix, I just can't see it, right? Like what would this look like? Because even the Fantastic Four, which is like the first example that comes to my mind, seeing the stretchy guy, Mr. Fantastic, seeing him like stretch around in a big theater, even that looks a little bit strange.
Yeah, they really have to nail the CGI. I think you can do the stretchiness, but you can't. Maybe you don't go too far with it. It's just the CGI is going to be really important. You nerf it a little bit to make it a bit more, I don't know, realistic. But you just can't go the route of, like super Mr. Fantastic. But
yeah,
I think the special effects are going to be important. But they have a huge budget, so I have faith in it. I really do.
So with a budget of 90 million and with there being about 10 episodes, that's almost like 9-ish million per episode, which, that's a lot of money, right?
Yeah. They say it's the same. I think I heard it's the same budget that Game of Thrones had. So.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Whoa,
Like, that's what I
whoa,
heard
whoa.
somewhere. So it's like this is a huge production.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I feel like every day I get like an alert about a new actor that they've hired. You know, oh, this guy is playing this guy, and this guy is playing this guy. So, it's not like super famous people necessarily. But
yeah, it's not
some,
like Robert Downey Jr. is playing Luffy or something. It's
no, but they they have a pretty
modest.
good cast. Yeah, a pretty good cast so far, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for the first trailer. Right?
Oh, the trailer will be so telling.
That's gonna be exciting.
Yes. Oh, that's like a live reaction right there. That's
hell yeah.
Oh man.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm excited for that, and they want to go all the way up to Logtown too, which is I think like the first like 30 episodes, I think. So they want to cover a lot.
Yeah. I think well, I think the perfect place to end the first season would be the barrel on Reverse Mountain.
They gotta CGI the legs up there. Let me tell you.
Yeah. You know, you gotta.
Nobody's gonna lift your legs that high. That's like a straight upward split. Yeah, no, that's not possible.
You gotta make that happen, or like make a shorter barrel or something.
Yeah. yeah, a short barrel. It's like a box.
Yeah, just like a box.
A little cube on the floor.
But I think that's what happens though. I think all the way up to Reverse Mountain, you end it right there.
That'd be perfect.
But I think they're gonna do it justice. I believe they're gonna do it justice. Yeah.
And you guys heard it here first. This is from BDA, the man who's already watched the entire live action himself. Whoa. He's got the inside scoop. He said he watched all of it, and he said it's really good. I'm kidding. I'm joking. So with that being said,
what?
Yeah, they're like, whoa, BDA, give me the copy.
Yeah.
With that being said, hey, thank you for joining me again on these this questionnaire. Believe it or not, bro, a majority of these were from Google. Like this wasn't like memes. The only meme I think was probably just like who has the highest bounty.
Google is smart, you know. Google's been around the block for a while now. It was crazy because I saw like it was like a time lapse of like the most popular websites from like 2002 or 2003 or something like that till now. And it was crazy just how Yahoo and MSN, Hotmail was just like
fell off.
They were eBay, they were just so far ahead, and Google just came like a rocket. And it was just like, now it's like, you know, far and away, I think number one, but it was just insane. But Google's been around for a while, man. So I trust Miss Google. So
yeah, no, I'm glad it gave us the Laboon question.
I think that was the most important one.
Yeah,
that's the defining one.
That was actually the most asked one, believe it or not. Yeah,
exactly.
It trends every week on Twitter. It's bad.
I'm really surprised Laboon is not a more popular character in the polls, but I think the people know exactly what Laboon means to the people. So
they try to underplay him. Like Gold Roger isn't even up there anymore, right? Like we gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah. I mean, I think when I think of One Piece after Luffy, I think of Laboon.
Well, since we mentioned earlier that Luffy did punch Laboon in the eye, and Oda did mention that there is going to be a character with an eye patch at the end of the series, it could just be Laboon.
You know, that's not that crazy.
Well, thank you for coming to the dead-nakama collab. Thanks for answering these questions, BDA. If you guys want to check them out, it's youtube.com/c/BDA Law, I believe. Or you could just type in BDA if you're a regular person. I feel like it won't be that hard to find him. He's in the title. He's in the description. He's in the comments. He's everywhere.
If you do @BDA Law, you might get somebody else because somebody stole my YouTube handle. So
yeah, if you own the BDA handle on YouTube, please give it back. Please, he misses it.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how you got that from under me, but yeah. GG's, man. GG's.
He wants it to come home, so just hit us up. I'll pitch him some money if you have a ransom. Just please.
Just let me know.
We miss him.
Let me know what's going on.